What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to the Crypto Catch Up. Of course, your number one place to catch up on crypto. Now, today I want to talk about something that happened, and it's typically not very good. So this isn't going to be the most bullish and most exciting video ever, but don't you worry, I'll explain everything in this here video. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some crypto, you can use my Margex link down in the description below. Guys, when you do sign up, you don't need the KYC, meaning you don't need to give them any of your personal information, and you don't need a VPN. You just sign up, you start trading. When you do start trading, you're going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses and access to this $500,000 KASPA airdrop. So make sure you do go ahead down to that link down below and go take advantage of those fantastic rewards. Now, looking at the overall market today, of course, things have been looking pretty ugly, but some standouts, right? You got Aave still killing it. Aave been doing really well this last few weeks. Beam, Phantom, CKB, Tia, and Sui all doing pretty well. But outside of that, your top 10, top 15, not really looking the best, right? Bitcoin barely down or barely up, XRP barely up, Doge barely down, AVAX barely down. Just kind of boring, nothing too crazy going on there. Now, when you would see this, you would assume that, oh, well, good, maybe things are chilling out, things have kind of relaxed a little bit. You go look at your crypto fear and greed index, we're sitting at a 51, so it's kind of recovered a little bit, but it's just neutral, right? And you would assume that this is probably one of the first times that we've seen this market at a state of neutrality. Not too up, not too down, not too high, not too low, just kind of coursing in the middle. That's what you would think is going on. But that is actually not what's going on. We just saw something happen, and like I said, we're going to get straight into it. We just saw something happen that flipped very fast, and every time this has happened, especially within the last few weeks, maybe even the last few months, it has not been good. Simple as that. There's no better way to put it. It's just not been good. Now, what we're taking a look at, again, as per usual, is the liquidation map. Because you look at your 1 day, things are balanced, right? Equal liquidations on the bottom side, equal liquidation on the top side. We're good, right? Things are good. No, not right. Look at your 7 day. Not right. Look at your 7 day. Look at this. Look at your 30 day. Look at this. Now, if you're new here and we don't understand what you're looking at, when you're looking at a liquidation map, you have a couple different things that you're paying attention to. The red line is the amount of liquidations that'll happen if the market goes down. The green line is the amount of liquidations that'll happen if the market goes up. If the red line's higher than the green line, it means more liquidations will happen if this market pulls back. Therefore, it's probably going to pull back. Why? Because this market typically will move in the direction of the most liquidations, especially over a longer period of time, quite simply because the lizard people control the market and they want to take your crypto from you. That's the easiest way to think about it. Now, let's see what I said. Now, earlier over in the Patreon, I said this, okay? I said, warning. Both the 30-day and 7-day liquidation maps have flipped in heavy favor of downside liquidations. Although this doesn't guarantee a pullback during a volatile time like we are currently in, it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if we do see the market eventually act on these liquidations. There are heavy liquidations as low as $53.3 thousand, so be very careful right now, especially if you're long. We posted that over in the Patreon this morning. Guys, don't forget, you can go check that out if you do want to check that out as well. You can see my trades, portfolio, daily fundamental analysis, daily technical analysis, a bunch of other stuff. So go check that out if you want. But overall, as I mentioned before, this was a fast flip, especially the 30 days not as concerning to me because it's still somewhat even. The 7 days was really concerning to me. Seeing all of these liquidations that happen if Bitcoin pushes down to $53,000, especially when I look at Bitcoin's price and, coming up here, we just hit 60,000. We just started doing making some decent moves. That's a freaking gnarly pullback. 53.3K from here is freaking, 11.5%. That could pull your alts down 20%. Now, as I mentioned before, does this guarantee that we're going to go down? No, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to go down. But you guys know how on point the liquidation maps have been. In moments where this market makes a little move to the upside, in moments where we see the crypto fear and greed index make quick moves back to the upside, where everybody's all scared. I mean, look, watch, go like that. We're all scared. Everybody's freaking out. We're at a 22. Then, bam, we shoot up to a 55 just because the market makes a little move up to $60,000. At the same time, we see our RSI start overloading back to the top side. Already on the 4 hours, we're seeing some overbought cryptos. On the 12-hour, we're seeing some overbought cryptos. On the 24-hour, we're surpassing the 50 threshold. And on the weeklies, we're pushing back up towards the 50 threshold. When we see a reaction that fast and everybody's like, oh, the market's back. We're good. We're going to see this thing go back up. We made it. We're here. We're back. Blah, blah, blah. And then liquidations start getting like this because all of these people are betting that the market's going to go up, and they're doubling down on leverage and doubling down on leverage and doubling down on leverage. What usually ends up happening is that they're wrong and this market pulls back to the downside. Now, we have seen it every single time. Now, is that to say that this can't go higher? Yeah, sure. It could still go higher, right? We could see something like this happen and continue. But the further up we go and the higher these liquidations get to the downside, the more likely it's going to become that we are going to see a macro pullback. So where I am right now is, and it might not come down to 53,000, right? We may see a point in which we start to pull back a little bit and some of those people get spooked out of those trades and they close them down, and peak liquidations are somewhere right here, right? So we come back down, maybe we hit this little bitty trend that we were setting. Where's my little line? There we go. Maybe we hit this little trend that we're setting somewhere right here. Boom, and then we use that to continue upwards. That's very possible. But at the end of the day, the likelihood now at this given point that some sort of pullback does happen is much higher than it was a few days ago. And so because of this, I am going to be watching this very closely. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm not doing anything outside my daily dollar cost average. You guys know, if we go over to the Patreon, go over to my buys and sells, you can see, right, I do my daily dollar cost average on Bitcoin basically every day. Sometimes I forget on the weekends because I'm doing stuff. But I try to buy some Bitcoin every day within the month of September, quite simply because September is the best month in history to dollar cost average in. But outside of that, I'm not going long. I'm not on leverage right now. I'm not shorting. Don't get me wrong. I don't short during bull markets typically, but I'm definitely not long on leverage right now because, again, it's just too easy for something like this to happen and make a 6-7% move to the downside that pulls down your altcoins 10%, 15%. And so overall, I would just say this week, be freaking careful. Be extremely cautious this week. Do not do anything too crazy. Just sit back, let it happen. We got interest rates coming up. We got all types of stuff. So just cool down, sit back, watch, relax. That's my advice. Not financial advice, but that's just my personal advice because these liquidations are definitely a little bit scary at this point, okay? So I will continue to update you as this does play out. I do have some more vids dropping this week on altcoins, guys. I got a Solana vid, a JASMY vid, and an ICP vid all dropping this week. So if you are looking forward to that, do smash that like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And don't forget, if you drop a comment on this video, to give me your thoughts and opinions on this market, ask me a question, anything like that. I try to respond to every single one. So make sure you do drop a comment down there below. While you are down there, check out Margex. Check out the Patreon. Let me know. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.